combat, and there they killed each other. Now Creon is king. Creon ordered a solemn edict that Eteocles, for whom he had sided with, was to be buried with pomp and honors, and that Polynices was to be left to rot. The vultures and the dogs were to blow off his carcass. No one was to go into mourning for him. No gravestone was to be put up in his memory. And above all, anybody who would attempt to give him religious burial will he himself be put to death.
Antigone! Where have you been?
Nowhere. It was beautiful. The whole world was gray when I went out. And now, you wouldn't recognize it. It's like a postcard, all pink and green and yellow. You'll have to get up early, nurse, if you want to see the world without color.
It was still pitch black when I got up. I went to your room, but I thought you had flown the blanket off in the night. You weren't there.
The garden was lovely. It was still asleep. Have you ever thought how lovely a garden is when it's not your thing you met?
You hadn't slept in your bed. I couldn't find you. I went to the back door. You left it open.
The fields were wet. They were waiting for something to happen. The whole world was breathless reading. I can't tell you what a roaring noise I seemed to make alone on the road. Bothered me, though. But whatever was waiting wasn't waiting for me. Took off my sneakers and slipped into a field.
Well, you'll do well to wash your feet before you go to bed, miss.
I'm not going back to bed.
Don't be a fool. And you get some sleep. And me getting up to see she hasn't flung the blanket off the night. To find her bed cold and nobody in it.
Do you think that if a person got up every morning like this, it would be just as thrilling every morning to be the first girl out of doors?
Morning? My grandmother, it's nice, and it still is. And now, my girl, you'll stop trying to squirm you out of this and tell me, what were you up to? Where have you been, you wicked girl?
No, not wicked.
You went out to meet someone, didn't you? Deny it if you can.
Yes, I went out to meet someone.
A lover?
Yes, nurse. Yes, the poor dear, I have a lover.
That's very nice though, isn't it? Such going-ons! You, the daughter of a king, wandering off to meet lovers. And we work our fingers to the bone. We slave to bring you up like young ladies. You're all alike. All of you. Even you, who never used to stop in front of a looking glass to prick herself. Or to smear her mouth with rouge, or to dindle and daddle to make the boys all will at you when you'd all go back. How many times I'd say to myself, not after now. I wish she was more of a coquette. Always wearing the same dress, her hair tumbling round her face. And one thing's for sure, none of the boys would look at her while his mayonnaise all curled and cute, tidy and trim. I'll have this film on my hands for the rest of my life. Now you see, you're just like your sister after all. Only worse. A hypocrite. Who is the lad? Some little scamp, eh? Someone you can't take home and say, well, this is him and I mean to marry him and no other. Is that how it is it? Answer me!
Yes, That's how it is. Yes, nurse.
Yes, she says. God save us. I told her when she wasn't that high. I promised to her poor mother I'd make a lady out of her. And then look at her. But don't you go thinking this end of this, my youngin'. I'm only a nurse. You can play dumb and dumb with me. I don't count. But your Uncle Creon will hear of this.
Yes, Creon will hear of this.
And we'll see what he has to say when he finds out you're wandering alone at night. Not to mention Haman, for the girl's engaged. Going to be married. Going to be married, and she hops out of bed at 4 in the morning to meet someone else in the field. You know what I have to do to you? I have to put you on my knee the way I used to when you were little.
Please, nurse, I want to be left alone.
And if she so much as thinks of it, she wants to be left alone. Oh.
Nanny, you shouldn't scold, dear. This isn't a day when you should be losing your temper.
Not scold, indeed. Along with the rest of it, I'm to like it. Didn't I promise your mother? What would she say if she were here right now? Old stupid! That's what she'd say. Old stupid! Not knowing how to keep my little girl pure. Spend your life trying to make her behave. Running after her with mufflers and sweaters to keep her warm and eggnog to keep her strong, and then you complain never single week. Swearing in your bed. That's what your mother would say. And then just stand there dying of shame if I wasn't dead already. And all I can say is, that's true. That's all true what you say, Your Majesty.
Nanny, dear Nanny, don't cry. You'll be able to look Mama in the face when it's your time to see her. And she'll say, "Good morning, Nanny. Thank you for my little Antigone. You did look after her so well." She knows why I went out this morning.
Not to meet a lover?
No, not to meet a lover.
Well, you have a queer way of teasing me. Oh. Not knowing when she's teasing me. Oh, I must be getting awfully old. Awfully old. But if you loved me, you'd tell me the truth. You'd tell me why your bed was empty when I went to go tuck you in. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Please, Nanny, don't cry. There now, my sweet red apple. Do you remember how I used to rub your cheeks to make them shine? My dear wrinkled red apple. I didn't do anything tonight that's worth sending tears down the little gullies of your dear face. I am pure, and I swear that I have no other lover than he. If you like, I'll swear that I shall never have any other lover than he. Save your tears, Nanny dear, save them. You may still need them. When you cry like that, I become a little girl again. And I mustn't be a little girl today.
Antigone, where have you been? I've just been to your room.
Oh, now the two of you, now you're both going mad. Do you like to be up before a kitchen fire has started?